Hello, everybody, and welcome to, again, another fun video, which is going to be put options. So I'm doing this one because this one wasn't as fun because the stock price never dropped, right? So here, what is a put option? I'm getting the option to sell the shares. So right over here, I can basically sell the stock for 85. So the thought is, if I sell it at 85, then the stock price drops, and then I'm going to make some money because I sell it at 85. I can then buy it when the stock drops at 77. So let's go through and take a look at this particular question. It's going to be fun and exciting at the same time. All right. So let's go through and take a look at this here. So as we're going through and dealing with, we're going to change this here to be put option. So here we have a put option, time value, put option, fair value, and then we have our unrealized holding gain or loss. Okay. So I purchased a put option on Echo Common shares on January 7th for $360. Okay, so how do I record it? Go through 1/7/20. I'm going to debit put option time value, 360. I'm crediting cash, 360. Okay. Date, account, debit, credit. Okay, so over here. Okay, so that's 1/7. Okay, at 3/31, I prepare financial statements. Okay, so first thing I want to do is on 3/31, the time value of the put options 200, so I need to make an adjustment here for 160. So I'm going to go through over here and deal with the time value first. So this is going to be a 160, 160. Okay, now when I get to the fair value, if I can sell it at 85 and I can buy at 80, I have a gain of $5. This is for 400 shares. So 331.20 C D, C times D equals E, right over here. Okay, so the fair value of this put option is going to be on 3/31. It's going to be $2,000. So over here on 3/31, I'm going to debit put option fair value for 2,000. I'm going to credit unrealized holding gain or loss because I have not yet sold this at 2,000. Okay. All right. So my next one here is I'm preparing financial statements now on June 30th. So on June 30th, the time value of my put option is 90. So I need to make an adjustment here of 110. 200 minus 110 is that 90. So over here on June 30th, this here will be at 110. So literally, I'm going to be copying down right over here. Just changing the numbers. This is going to be at 110. In terms of the fair value of the put option, as of June 30th, 2020, I'm still selling it at 85, but now I can buy, I'm going to be buying at 82. So I have a gain of $3 per share. So over here, the fair value of my put option is going to be 1,200. So I need to now make the adjustment the other way. So I'm going to need to credit the put option fair value, and I will need to debit the unrealized holding gain or loss over here. So on June 30th, 2020, I'm going to be crediting my put option fair value for 800. I'm going to be debiting the unrealized holding gain or loss to record change in fair value of the put option. Okay. I'm settling the option now on July 6th. So on July 6th, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to first, just like I've done on all these questions, the time value here is at 25. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this ready to go first. So I'm going to debit unrealized holding gain or loss on July 6th for 65. And then I'm going to be crediting the put option time value. So this is going to be on 7/6/20. Okay. So let's see if I've done this question correctly so far. I feel pretty good right now. And oh yeah, I'm gonna go through and do this a little bit differently. So, all right. So let's go through then. And so I've done this over here for the fair value. Now what I'm ready to do is to settle up. Okay, so the amount of cash I'm going to be receiving right over here on 7/6/20 is I'm selling it still at 85, but I'm now able to buy it at 77. So the amount of cash I'm going to be receiving is going to be 3,200, or 400 shares times 85 minus 77 market price. Okay. So multiply that by 85 minus 77 gives me 8. So now what I need to do is to get rid of the stuff that's on my books. So I have a put option time value here. I got to make this 0. I'm getting rid of it, or I'm settling it. I'm going to be crediting this here for 25. The other thing I'm going to do here is I want to get rid of this put option fair value for 1,200. And this is going to be on 7/6. Over here for 1,200. So I do not balance. So what I'm going to have here is a gain on settlement of put option for 1975. So the book has it a different way. What the book would want you to do is they would want you to true this up. So what the book would say is like, okay, the value of the fair value of this here is The value now is 3,200. So they would want you to record an unrealized gain here for this change in fair value. I don't really think it makes that much of a difference because I'm still at the end of the day, the amount, it's just changing it from unrealized holding gain or loss to a gain on the settlement of the put option. So that's what I would do. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video here today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great one, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one.